I'm Chloe,
And I'm Cosette,
and this is the 14 Steps Away podcast. Welcome back, everybody. We are, I don't know what episode we're on, 7?
I think we are on 7, yeah.
7.
Yeah.
Episode 7. We are doing our Christmas wish list this week.
Yes.
And we have plenty of little, items and lists to go over just because I find Christmas wish list videos are very inspirational. Helps give me ideas. And then we wanted to do a little early so that everybody could get their Christmas shopping in and get some inspo and make
beat
their
Black
list.
Friday.
Oh, yeah. Beat
Yeah.
Black Friday for sure.
Before we jump into that, we have quite a lot of catching up to do. So we're going to do some updates first. We're going to start with the Zach Bryan.
The Zach Bryan of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Specifically the things 1 online and 2 on the BFFs podcast.
Mhm.
And I did take notes, so I will be referencing my phone. But I was very, very antsy to listen to this for a lot of reasons because, I don't know, Zach Bryan of it all and his previous story and some of that drama.
Yeah.
I do love his music, but I am one that I definitely will separate the person. I also loved, I'm sure I won't hate his music, but I listened to the new songs and I'm like, I hate you.
You suck.
But definitely can separate the person from the music. And in that case, he really has an awful track record. And then the drama with Brie on her other podcast, I was just very invested to see what it was all about. Yeah.
I saw a little clip, to start with Brie talking about her stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to watch the episode of the BFFs podcast because I want to hear the whole story. And I never followed super closely with them, but I did know the gist because I kept up with her a little bit loosely before they started dating, and then I listened to his music, so I had loose backgrounds with both of them, and then they became a couple. I guess I was following along with their relationship and the rumors and drama that was happening throughout the relationship, prior to their relationship, that kind of thing.
Their
so this was
timeline.
Definitely interesting to me.
Yeah, I had a lot of key notes in it. I mean, I think we all mostly know the story of their basic timeline and, the basics. But there were so many things that, when she mentioned it on the podcast, which I never listened to that podcast. I've never listened to BFFs. I don't know that I would again, but for the tea, I definitely did. I was just, shocked. I had to pause it multiple times to be like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe he said that or that happened or whatever. The first one was she just mentioned at some point that they talked about getting married and having kids, and they made video diaries for their kids.
That was
I
crazy.
was like, oh my gosh.
You went to the extent of making video diaries. How long were they together?
They weren't together for
I was going to say,
long.
A little over a year.
I was going to say,
yeah. Because I remember the year post, their anniversary post.
Yeah, it was a little over a year, so not technically long enough to be making those videos.
Yeah, right.
But the fact that they did, crazy. The dogs, crazy. Because they got Boston together. The house being in her
neighborhood.
Yes. Insane. Diabolical, really.
Also, just being so quick to be like, okay, we're done. I don't know.
All of the things that were in their relationship, the house, the dogs, all of that, very much points to serious. And something happens, you work through it. Not immediately break up and get out of the house.
Right.
Crazy. She didn't get to tell her family and friends
about
the breakup because it was the night they broke up that night, and then his Instagram story post was up the next morning. So she didn't have a chance to tell her family and friends. That I just thought was really diabolical based on the fact that one, they did have a conversation about him saying we'll do this at your speed. But specifically probably if you have a fight and break up with your boyfriend that you did have all these plans, and honestly some of them were already in place, you wouldn't tell people that night. Realistically, you're going to process that. And honestly, if you are in that kind of loop, you're probably going to wait for them to come back.
Right.
So in that case, you're not going to tell people. And so literally being 12 hours later or whatever, I'm like, that is
I was also thinking you have to consider the fact that she has a large social media presence, an online presence and following. And he obviously is a very famous musician. So there are a lot of eyes on them.
Yes. It's
on
not
both of them.
There's only one famous person.
So at least have the decency to not be on dating apps less than 6 hours later.
That was insane. And then when he was like, I didn't make it, I reactivated it.
Oh,
so much better.
What a useless thing to say. I don't know.
I don't know what was he thinking, because people are going to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there wasn't one, you don't need to be on a dating app right
Yeah.
now, that quick. But in general, like, yes, you are a high profile couple, like, to
Yeah.
a degree. Like,
If
people
you
are
want
going
to
to
sleep
know.
with someone or go on a date with someone right after the breakup, go to
Go
a
to the
freaking
bar.
bar. Yeah, I
Yes.
was gonna say you're literally a celebrity. Like,
Yeah.
just go anywhere. Text anyone.
Yeah, just don't put it out like
Why do you need to
that.
meet brand new people on? You can wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, until she says something
Insane.
or whatever.
Let's see what my next point was, because there are so many.
I have a lot. Yeah.
Just the mention that Rose and Deb obviously took the money because of the couple of times that she insinuated, like, I'm not like past people.
Well, here's my thing.
Okay.
I thought about that. They definitely took money.
Yeah.
But I think they took significantly less money
Oh,
than her. One, because his
100%.
value is different now.
Yes.
But two, because Brie mentioned that she had
She had
negotiated a little
up,
bit.
Yeah.
So like they kept coming back with this,
Mhm.
this, this, and this. Oh, we'll give you a house. We'll give you this. We'll give you that. Like, how much more would they have been willing to offer?
Yeah.
And now they definitely won't because
And yeah,
obviously.
I definitely think, I mean, obviously, Deb got more than Rose did, for sure. And I would think that Rose was probably like a circle back around. Like, Deb was probably when it happened that there was, some NDA, some offer, whatever, because, I mean, he wasn't the same level, but
Yeah.
he was definitely working up to that. But with Rose, I feel like he would have had to loop back around. Like, I don't think at the time when they divorced that he had the money to offer, obviously not 12
Right.
million, but like even thousands. I would think that he would have to like loop back
Yeah.
around and be like, now that I'm in the public eye,
That
I
makes
need-
sense.
yeah.
But she's been silent the entire time.
yeah.
Which makes me
Well,
wonder.
I thought about that too, but I'm thinking like if he
I
wasn't
just always
famous-
assumed, which is so crazy because I always assumed that these two girls, Rose and Deb, were
Mhm.
just very like keep to themselves
I
and very
thought.
private.
Yeah.
And like now I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Are they?
That's what I thought as
Because
well.
they both like are active on
So-
TikTok.
yeah.
Yeah.
just not about, yeah.
Yeah.
My thought with Rose, because I did think about that, was that he probably just wasn't a big enough deal. And then by the time he was, that's when he looped back around. I mean, she didn't mention anything more in that podcast, but that was my guess for it, was that it had to be like in a very specific time period where he didn't matter, so she wouldn't post about it.
Right.
And then by the time he did matter, that's when it all had to happen at the same
Yeah.
time. So that was something I just thought was interesting. The tattoo of Brie, that Zach got a tattoo of Brie like 3 days into their road trip, and the road trip was like the first time
Yeah.
that they were
That's like
in person together. Yeah.
textbook narcissist.
Yeah.
That's actually crazy.
Like a tattoo of her, not just
Yeah.
like we got a tattoo together.
Yeah.
Not even like matching, just
Not even
a
like
tattoo.
silly spur of the moment. Like, no, that's weird.
3 days.
Yeah, that's weird.
Red flag. Immediate red flag. That should have been so scary. And then next one was when he threw a bit of a fit. And the quote was, "I can't believe you're singing another man's song under my roof," while she was singing Last Night by Morgan Wallen.
I thought that was. I'm so glad she shared that
Yes.
information because it just shows like how much of an insecure man child he is.
Yes.
And which he looks like it.
he would be.
But I mean, he looks like a baby.
Yeah.
But then, two, I think that it's very important because I hope the people in the country music realm and spheres, I hope this info gets to them, which it will.
Yes,
Some of
of
them, it'll
course.
make it back. I
Mhm.
hope that they are all so ruthless with that information. Like, I hope that Morgan Wallen makes fun of him every chance he gets.
Agree. And she also
And I don't
wasn't
like
allowed-
Morgan Wallen at all, like, as far
Yes,
as
yeah.
his personality isn't
Yeah.
any better. I'm just saying, like, he's gonna get bullied about that.
Mhm. And she wasn't allowed to listen to Noah Kahan, who
So weird.
definitely is far more harmless than
Right.
Morgan Wallen
Right.
as a person or anything.
Yeah.
I don't understand what the competition of that was. And it makes me reflect back to when the drama did happen about the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I didn't see the drama, I guess, when it happened. But I guess a week or two later, I saw Noah or Zach or someone posted on their story, like, it's all fake, like, the rumors, they're just rumors, we're friends, there's no beef,
Oh,
whatever.
I do remember that.
And I was really confused at the time, and I
Yeah.
didn't know what it's about. But the fact that she's outing the fact, like, she couldn't listen to his music, beef, definitely
Yeah.
beef.
I do remember that now because I remember seeing that video and be like, oh, everything's good, and me being like, I'm not in tune enough with either of those people to care, so I was just like, skip whatever.
Yes, yeah.
But yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, I had no idea what that meant. But
Yeah.
now it's definitely coming back. Oh, I don't think I wrote this one down, but I did just remember his fit about the dress.
Yeah, one, so crazy to post on your story, "Look how beautiful," and then be, like,
Insane.
fighting and so, like,
Like,
oh my
that
gosh.
is the most toxic behavior, is
Yes,
to
yeah.
be like, "You can't wear that, you can't post
You
that,
can't
delete
dress
stuff like
like that,
this,"
yeah.
while also reposting it.
Yeah,
Insane. Psychotic.
yeah.
And I went back and looked at it because I needed to. And it's just the fact that she is small-waisted and has big boobs.
Yeah,
And frankly, things are going to fit a certain way.
yeah,
If you need to squeeze here,
yeah.
but out here, it's just the way it's gonna go. And she looked hot.
Yeah, she looked really
She
good.
looked really good. I mean, I was telling Justin when we listened to it, a man like that, when you have a girl like her that's showing up looking really good,
Mhm.
a normal person would be proud.
Yeah.
Because
And be
look, all
yeah.
of you guys get to look at her, but you know she's hot and you know she's mine. And
Mhm.
like, I get to go home. I don't know. It should be like, you should be proud that like, this is my girl and she looks that good and like, power couple, whatever. But no, so crazy and toxic about it.
Mhm.
Shocking. The last specific note I wrote was, I was so invested in the birthday information because I saw a video on TikTok. It wasn't like her or Barstool or anything, but it was just someone talking about it. And they said that she talked about her birthday weekend, and I remembered the post from that weekend. And so I'm listening to virtually the entire podcast, and I'm like, bruh, it's not in here. And it was like 7 minutes. There were 7 minutes left and they finally talked about it. But he said, quote, "I can't believe I'm leaving tour for your fucking birthday." Crazy. Cause he booked it. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure she said like he
Well,
booked
he
the
booked
cabin.
it and paid
Yeah.
for it, but it wasn't, I guess, for sure whether he was gonna be able to go or not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Either way, if you have several days off of tour and you booked and paid for this whole trip, like it, I don't know. I just felt bad for her.
Yeah.
When she-
Insane react, like it's your birthday.
Yeah, I felt bad for her because she was like, then don't come. Like, I'm sorry, you don't have to come. And he's like, oh, of course I'm gonna come. Okay, well,
It makes her
why?
feel,
I was gonna
yeah.
say, don't make her feel bad because you are.
You've chosen to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's your choice.
And the screaming at her friends saying they will never be anything and that they live off of other people. Insane.
Mhm.
I wonder if there's a little bit more to that.
I was gonna say, I need to know how the screaming.
Yeah.
Which, like,
Yeah.
if you're a crazy person, you're crazy.
Oh,
But like,
yeah.
how did it escalate?
I was gonna say, not that there's more information that would make him look better. I just
Right.
want to know what got
happened?
us there.
Yeah.
Because that is, once again, only word, insane. Like to go up to your girlfriend's friends and tell them that they are nothing and they
Mhm.
will never be successful and they live off of off of other people at your girlfriend's birthday. In general, insane. But the birthday, yeah, it was a very informative podcast. I learned so much.
I also have my points.
Okay.
And the first one is, okay, I have a lot of points that are about like the online discourse
Mhm.
after this all has happened and played out. And one of those being that Dave Portnoy,
Portnoy, yeah.
he made like, I guess there's the first diss track,
There's
but he made a
and then
second
there's
one.
Country Ditty, yeah.
And then Rose commented on a video of Dave singing like all these things about Zach, and she commented like top tier comedy. And I
Oh
was
my
like,
gosh.
a comment from the Rose herself
That's actually crazy.
on that.
I
It's
didn't
kind of
see
like
that.
it's almost like I guess solidifying that all of this is
Yes.
true and that she's seeing all this discourse and she can't say anything, but she's
paying
just
attention.
like she's paying
Yeah.
attention for sure. Tuned in. I also thought that it was interesting the video of Deb where she just like has her hoodie on and she's like drinking her wine.
Mhm.
People think that that was like, I guess, in reference to this situation. I think that might be a reach
I think so too.
because it was just such a casual video. I don't know.
I watched a video of some girl saying, I don't think she was duetting it, but was talking about this video, maybe over a screenshot of it, and was like, this is crazy, this means blah blah blah, like was reading so far into it. And so I was like, man, what's this video about? And I went and watched it, and I definitely did not feel like
Yeah.
maybe,
Mm-hmm.
but it definitely felt reaching.
Right.
Mhm.
I also want to point out that Brie is better than me because I would have taken the 12 million and run with it. I'm just thinking about all the things, which to be fair, I don't think that, I think that people would make a lot of good points. People were saying that they don't think that she would have ever seen the full 12 million because there was
Mhm.
so many restrictions and rules and whatever, and they were going to be watching her so closely. And because it was going to be over like a 3-year span or whatever, it would have been, I do think that it would have been scammy and weird. I think there would have been too many reasons why
And
she
they were
wouldn't
so
have
weird
gotten it.
about slowing it down that
Yeah.
definitely made it sus
Yeah,
to begin with.
for
yeah.
sure. So that, but hypothetically, if she were to get $12 million and like say they're gonna hand it over tomorrow, girl, I'll take it. I don't care. Because then she's already making so much money just to have extra money, which I guess if you're already making that much money, it's kind of like, not to say the $12 million is a drop in the bucket, but I'm saying like
Yeah.
if you already have really reliable and consistent income and you make
Mhm.
a good income, then like, and like to live comfortably, then maybe the money just seems more disposable in the sense that like, you can make that,
Yeah.
you know.
And if you have something like this, which I know she says in the podcast that, she didn't do it to talk crap and to get money from that, but like it is bringing,
Mm-hmm.
it's bringing interaction and it's
Mhm.
bringing attention and it's doing a lot for her because now they're seeing, which I'm definitely not over here forgiving some of the things that she said that are definitely awful, but taking that out of the equation, it's kind of shining the light back on her that she was the victim here,
Yeah.
not to just throw the word around, but
But yeah.
she didn't do the wrong here.
Yeah.
He did the wrong. I think that she knew that she could, one, just have the right to her own memories and experiences and all of that, while also kind of knowing that that could fuel some interaction and stuff to begin with. And then she could just go back to doing whatever, but know that if she wants to have a conversation about it, she can. If she
Mhm.
wants to say something, if she wants to protect another girl, like she can. And I
Mhm.
think that I would hope that in that situation that I would not take the money. In her situation.
Yeah.
In my situation, sure. Yeah, I'd
Oh
love
yeah,
12
in her
million.
situation.
In her situation, I would hope
Yeah.
that I would know that
Yeah.
that is silencing and I'm not trying to
Especially
be a
if you
part
are a
of
person
that.
with a very, like I said, very like big presence and
Mhm.
following, like taking away the voice of someone with a platform is very different than taking away the voice
Yes.
of, not to say that this is
No
like,
one,
but like Rose didn't have the same amount of people watching her.
Yes.
So
for sure.
she, her speaking out wouldn't back then wouldn't have been the same as Bree speaking out
Mhm.
now.
Definitely.
I definitely think if she were speaking out, if Rose were to speak out now, everyone would be tuned in.
Yes.
But that's because Zach Bryan is huge and everybody's so invested in the lore and the relationships and that kind of thing. I guess I also want to talk about the timeline because I saw someone pointed this out on TikTok as well. And that was, which everyone knows that they were married and Rose and Zach were married in 2020. And then they got divorced in 2021. And then he got with, I guess, Deb, and I don't know if that was 2021 or 2022, but he broke up with her like a little over a year later, and then Bree was 2023 to 2024. Very strange.
Yeah. It is very strange. How did him and Rose meet? I don't know where
I
they
don't know
met.
how they originated. It was
Because to
probably
get
like
married and only be married for
it
that
was probably
long.
like church or something because it was
Probably,
probably
yeah.
like that type of. I don't know. I don't know if he's religious or whatever, but that was. That's what I'm getting. They were young and they did music together and whatever. But I saw another person talking about, on just the topic of comparing things. I saw someone talking about how he is so like he can't take space from the person that he's with, and like the fact that he broke up with her whenever she was on tour, and then he served divorce papers to Rose when she was deployed.
So
Like the
true. Did
second
not
that
see
they
that.
are
Yeah.
away from him is
Yeah.
when he has an issue.
I did not create those
Yeah.
parallels of the divorce papers and
I know.
Bree. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what
The drama is quite
but
interesting.
especially because she was organizing her life around him.
Yes.
She went to his entire tour,
It
which is
is
very different than her
crazy,
podcast tour.
for sure.
A like celebrity, I don't know if he's A-list or B-list, whatever. A country celebrity's music tour is very different than a podcast tour.
Absolutely.
Especially
'Cause
like
it was only a few weeks.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like you can't be away from this person for a few weeks without reconsidering everything and saying that you
And I mean, yeah, I don't know what
I mean, it's
problems
for the
they
better,
have, but like, yeah, her going on tour was crazy.
yeah.
Like, that is some real dedication that she didn't have to
When
do.
she went on tour with him, I thought that was crazy of her because I was like, you're dropping everything in your
I
life.
thought so too, specifically because she does have her own
yeah,
thing.
she
Yeah.
has things to think about and
Yeah.
worry about. And because she does podcasting, a lot of it was like, I guess, video calls and that kind of thing and recording in that way. And that makes things a lot more complicated.
For sure.
So it definitely was very selfless of her.
It was.
And
It did not work out. in
no,
her favor.
definitely not. Another thing was the grace of it all.
Oh, yeah. Pink
and
skies?
well, pink skies. And also the fact that like Grace hated him and he
Mhm.
hated Grace. Like,
He hated everyone in
if
her
your
life.
long-term partner and your best friend hate each other, like they both hate each other, ooh, that's rough. And
Yeah.
I mean, that would make sense for a lot of the distance that people have been noticing and observing between Grace and Bree, because they're, I mean, people have been saying, like, is the plan Bree, is it done? Is it over? Like, is Grace gonna be back? Give Grace her own podcast. Like, saying, I mean, the not wishing her happy birthday, whatever, like all the things. People have noticed the space and the tension.
Mhm.
And I wonder if things will get better now that Zach is out of the picture.
Yeah, I would hope so. That
Yeah.
not resentment, that's not really the word, but kind of that that uncomfort of
Mm.
trying to defend them, but your best friend also hating them. It's got to be tough, especially for that long, and the fact that he was consistently doing things wrong.
Yeah.
So like either you're talking to them and they're hating him more, or you're bottling it up and dealing with it. Neither good options.
Yeah.
And then you're silence and your friend doesn't know why you're not talking to them. So
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
can see it being one of those things where Grace was like, I can't
listen to
stand
this
by and
and-
watch you be with this person who hurts you.
yeah. Mhm.
So like I need space or whatever.
Probably.
And I definitely get that. So my next update is that I accidentally made chlorine gas in my apartment. If you don't know what that means, it means you mixed two chemicals that you shouldn't. I think it's well, I don't actually know. All I know is I mixed chemicals I shouldn't have mixed, and I had to evacuate and call poison control. So I got home from my lovely Saturday shift at work, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna clean. I'm gonna not worry about this over the weekend. My days off. Like I'm gonna like get
your
it done
reset.
now. And I was still in my work clothes the whole time, actually.
Yeah, you were.
I was wearing my yeah. Anyway, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna clean the bathroom, and apparently you're not supposed to mix bleach and toilet bowl cleaner. And I did. And the first thing it says on the bottle of toilet bowl cleaner is do not mix with bleach. Who reads that? I don't read that. I mean, what is a girl to do? I was just trying to get it extra clean.
Yeah.
I'm on FaceTime with my sister. I'm scrubbing the tub, which Adam was like, why are you using toilet bowl cleaner in the tub? And I was like, a cleaner is a cleaner. I don't know. I mean, it smells good, keeps it well. It smelled good at first. It smelled good when I sprayed it in there. And then I was scrubbing with my little scrubby brush, bare hands, by the way.
Oh my god.
Adam was so mad at me for everything after this. He was like, whatever. I'm scrubbing. I'm on FaceTime. And as I'm scrubbing, I'm like, it's really hard to breathe. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like cloudy, like I'm gonna choke. Like, I couldn't breathe. And my sister was like, it's probably fine. She's like telling me a story. She's trying to like get me to like shut up,
Listen,
basically.
yeah.
I was like, I don't know. Like, it smells really bad and like I can't breathe. And then I was like, my head, part of it was just like, okay, well, maybe it's because I'm like in a small space and it's just because cleaning like chemicals are very
They
like
strong,
fragrant
yeah,
anyway, or not fragrant, whatever. But like I was like, I was just thinking that they were strong, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, I really can't breathe. So then I'm still listening to my sister's story and I'm like scrubbing, but also going like this. If you're listening, you're missing out. But I'm like scrub and I breathe in my shirt and then I hold my breath and I scrub and then I breathe out and then I scrub and then go. Like I was like,
Like this really is
yeah, I
hard
was
to
like, this is
breathe.
really hard. And Grayson was like, it's probably fine. Like, it's probably fine.
She said, "Snap, snap."
And I was like, I don't know. Like, I can't breathe. I just kept going. And she was like, I would just finish cleaning if I were you. And I was like, I mean, that's what I'm doing, but it just seems wrong. And I scrub her a little bit more and I go, you know what? No, this is definitely not right. So I just like rinsed it. I turned the shower on. I'm like rinsing the whole bathtub out. I take a cup. I'm rinsing everywhere, whatever. I was like, I'll just clean the rest of the bathroom. But I was like, I was like thinking back in that moment when I was like, couldn't breathe. I was like, I remember. Okay, thank God for TikTok University. That's all I'm going to say.
Yes.
I have learned so much from TikTok. And I know that people will say you can't trust TikTok, you can't trust social media, but there are a lot of valid things I've learned.
Yes.
And I remember seeing a video a couple years back of someone who accidentally made mustard gas when they were cleaning in their apartment. And they were like, be very careful when you mix this and this, because if you mix ammonia with bleach or if you mix whatever with whatever, you can create all these gases and they're very toxic. So I look up what happens when you mix toilet bowl cleaner and bleach, and it says that it creates toxic gas. One thing you really want to create in your small apartment is toxic gas to breathe in. So I was like, okay, cool. It's also raining outside. We walk outside, me and Adam and the dog.
It's also very interesting to note that we are, of course, 14 steps away.
I said more than once, Adam, we can go to Cosette's apartment. We can take Pookie and Bubba's to Cosette's apartment. We can
Across the
just
hall,
chill
no
there.
rain,
Yeah, we're like
temperature controlled.
We're walking around in the rain, and I was like, I'm gonna call Tennessee's poison control, and I call, and they're like, well, what does it smell like? I'm like, I don't know, I couldn't breathe. They're like, okay, well, they're like, I can't even think. What did you mix? Toilet bowl cleaner and bleach foamer. Okay, well, what type of toilet bowl cleaner? Great value? I don't know. Like, okay, well, was it ammonia based or was it chlorine based? Girl, I'm not going back up there to tell you. I don't know.
I've evacuated.
Yeah. And she's like, well, I would just leave the area until it doesn't smell like that anymore. And then I said, okay, well, is there a way to like clean it up? And she goes, just water. And I said, okay, do you know like approximately how long it will take to air out? Because like we open the windows, turn on the fans, whatever. She was like, I don't know. It could be an hour, could be more. Just check on it until it doesn't smell like that anymore.
So when you went outside in the rain, did you leave Bubba's up here?
Yes, and I said, Adam, we need to go get Bubba's because I didn't want Bubba's up here because we hadn't contacted poison control at that point, so we didn't know how bad it was going to be. And of course, we had opened the windows and turned on the fans and whatever, but I was like, I don't want him up there. We can just put him in his carrier and bring him to Cosette's. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I don't know, like, no, I don't want to do that. And I was like, okay, well, I don't want him breathing it in.
Live.
Exactly. I was like, I don't care.
Inconvenience of walking
and
over here.
Reddit was scaring me. I found an article that said a Buffalo Wild Wings manager died from making chlorine gas when he was mopping, and like he said the whole restaurant was full of customers and they all had to evacuate. They were all screaming and they all had to evacuate, and then he died. Which I think I caught it pretty early, and I didn't use too much, so yeah. I guess it was fine. But like, the poison control lady was like, evacuate until it doesn't smell like that, rinse it with water, whatever. And I said, is that the only like definitive answer? And she was like, basically, yeah. And I was like, okay.
Because it was a very
she was like, I was like, is there anything else we should know? She's like, just go to the ER if you like start coughing and can't breathe. And I was like, got it. So it's air out our apartment until it doesn't smell weird anymore, and maybe go to the ER if you start to feel weird.
Great option.
Like, it just feels like in a life or, like, not life or death, because that definitely wasn't life or death, but, like, it could have been for someone else. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And we weren't home, which we'll get to that, but it was, like, midnight, and I checked the camera, because we have a Ring camera, and I was like, oh, I was just making sure. I knew you were coming, but I was just like, let me make sure Chloe went and fed Spike. And so I get on the Ring camera, and there's one of her leaving, or there's one of her getting here, and then one of her leaving. And then there's one of her coming back, but she never comes in. And we were watching a movie at the time, so I didn't listen to it at first, but it was clearly just her talking to it. And then I think the movie did end very quickly, and we went to bed. So I think it was like 5 or 10 minutes later. And I play it as loud as I can. You said, I did something bad. And then I don't know what the rest was. But it was like midnight, so I knew that they probably weren't awake. And the way that the camera cut, it sounded like either I did something bad or Spike did something bad. I was just scared in general, like, about anything, but also, like, my baby Kitty. I was just like, what happened? Like, Kitty is home alone. What happened? I was so scared. And it was definitely not that. But I did think, I was like, I'm sure if something did happen, like, it wouldn't be on the Ring camera, would be how I found the information. But It was like midnight or 1 a.m. And I was like, something's really wrong at home. I was like, I need to know what happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys were asleep.
I was just,
Chemistry class?
I was going to say, I was in chemistry class. All I know is I won't be mixing bleach with toilet bowl cleaner maybe. And you know what's crazy is that I've done it before. I've always done that, actually. Every time I clean the bathtub, I think. Because every time I clean it, I'm like, wow, like my eyes are watering and I like can't breathe. And like, I guess last time, the most recent time, this is probably really bad, but I guess the most recent time I did it, I just used just enough to where I like couldn't breathe. So like, I think the other times I was just like, ooh, this is kind of strong. Like my eyes were watering. Mm-hmm. But this time I was like,
it was like
I
too
can't
much.
breathe.
Yes. Yeah.
So
you learned.
I learned.
Lesson learned.
I love chemistry. You know what's crazy is chemistry wise, I had chemistry obviously in high school, the way everyone does. And Miss Bauman recommended me, or she like tried to get me to do AP chemistry.
Ooh.
Girl, I mixed toilet bowl cleaner and
Yeah.
bleach foamer
She
at
said
23
no.
years
Yes.
old. Advanced placement, who? Not
Yeah.
this girl.
I definitely.
And I took chemistry pretty recently in college too.
Really?
Yeah, I took it my junior year.
Oh my gosh. What
Mhm.
for?
Gen Eds.
Did I take?
You probably took biology.
Oh,
I
yeah.
took astronomy and chemistry as my sciences.
I didn't know.
I just wanted an online science credit.
That's fair. I think I definitely probably took chemistry. Probably. I just forgot. Okay, we're gonna move on to our next topic, which is kind of a continuation
Mm-hmm.
of a long time ago when we briefly touched on the topic of Tell Me Lies, the Hulu TV show, and we were not far enough in to really chat that much. And it was just so, I don't know, nothing happened and everything happened all at once. But now we are on season 2, episode 4, maybe?
Mhm.
And have just seen many crazy things. So if you haven't watched and you plan to watch, maybe skip ahead a little bit.
Yeah, definitely some
Because
spoilers here.
It was insane. The things that happened in the last episode of season 1 and the first few episodes of season 2, there were so many like jaw on the floor moments that were, yeah, I mean, consider me
Yeah.
invested, frankly.
And if I had seen those jaw dropping moments and only seen a couple of the episodes, I wouldn't care.
No.
But I think because there was practically nothing happening for the
Yeah.
first season of the show,
Mhm.
I think by the time, like, there was things happening, but
Yes.
they weren't jaw dropping.
I was gonna
But, like,
say,
you get connected to the characters and the plot and like little things that have happened, and the like you're keeping up with the lies that are being told.
yeah,
And so then
when the big things
when the big
happen, or,
things
like,
happen, you're like, oh my god.
yes,
Like,
because you are so invested. The placement of everything and the backstory and the like pastime and the
present. Yeah.
present or future.
I
I'm not
love
really
that
sure.
they jump back from
Yes,
one time. Like
It
past
was
to
it was
present.
very tough to begin with because they start in this future and we don't know
Yeah.
anyone.
And the
and
future's way more interesting.
It's so hard to remember everything.
Mhm.
Like it's so hard to remember when we jumped into season 1 and you're in the past. It was so hard to remember kind of some of the things we did see in the sneak peek of the future spoilers. And it was hard to keep up with, but now I do appreciate it. It definitely feels like I would, as soon as we finish, I think I'll rewatch it to see everything in a different light because
Yeah.
now I actually understand it better. But yeah, it was shocking.
My first jaw dropping moment, which, like we said, skip ahead if you don't want to hear
Mhm.
spoilers. My first jaw dropping moment was probably the same as yours. When we were like,
Yes.
that was when Steven walked down the stairs holding Diana's hand.
Insane.
Insane. Because
'Cause-
listen, you're the way you said it, you're looking for your boyfriend
Yes.
at a party.
Lucy's literally just looking for a boyfriend. Like she goes to their text and I don't know if he said like I can't wait to see you tonight. It was something
Can't
about
wait to see your
tonight. What are
outfit.
you wearing? Yes, yeah. Something like that. And then she texts later, hours later, and
Where
was
are
like,
you?
"Where are you?" And then you see your boyfriend walk down the stairs holding his ex-girlfriend's hand.
Mm-hmm.
And they had just
Like,
had
how do you jump from that point to that? Like, you couldn't
Yeah.
even have a conversation and say, hey, I'm getting back with this person, so sorry to break your heart.
At
It
the
was just like
party.
over.
And it was at the party, like the last party before they went home for the
Yeah.
summer. Like he couldn't
And he
just
was
not
so-
do it
Yeah.
until they went home or have a conversation or anything. And I'm pretty sure either that episode or the episode before is when there was that really weird interaction with Diana and them at the coffee.
Yeah.
It was like,
What are they
Okay.
doing for the summer?
yeah, it was just,
Her whole summer plans were rocked in that moment because she was going to be home for the summer and he was going to be home for the summer, and their towns are next to each other. So, like, she was going to get to see him all the time.
yeah.
And, like, then it just jumped to, like, never mind. Actually, I'm going to go do this thing. And also, I'm going to date this other person and not you anymore. Sorry.
So crazy. It was just insane.
I was floored. Yeah.
Yes.
My next jaw-dropping moment was that when we jump to the future or the present and Steven and Lydia are engaged.
Oh my
One,
God.
Let's break it down because one, Steven's engaged. That's crazy.
Because it's only 5 years later,
Which I
I
guess
think.
they're plenty old enough because then
They
he
are
was a
definitely old
senior,
enough, but like
so
his behavior.
22 plus 5, 27. He should be
He was
because he was a senior.
a junior at the beginning.
Okay, so it's 5 years from junior
Yeah.
year, so then he's 26.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely old enough, but like him,
Yeah.
knowing him and
Yeah,
also
his
seeing like
character.
at the same time we see him leave Lucy for Diana and we jump ahead and he's with Lucy's best friend from home. Like,
Mhm.
that is just like the time that you have spent with each one of these girls to already be engaged to her. Crazy.
Yeah, I do think it's crazy. How do we navigate? How do we jump from where we were to where we are?
Mhm.
Because, like, one,
We need the
Lydia
fill
and
in. Yeah.
Lucy are best friends, and
From home.
she's heartbroken over Lucy's heartbroken over Steven, and Lucy's like, I will kill him. I hate him. He's horrible. He's awful. Or Lydia is like,
Yes,
I will
yeah.
kill him. Hate him.
Yes.
Whatever.
Yes, that summer after the breakup,
She's
she's like, I
mends
hate
her
him.
back to health. Yeah,
Mhm. And
yeah.
Lucy had
with
just
her
done something
ex-boyfriend.
for Lydia regarding her ex-boyfriend. I think she went and punched him.
She did. Yeah.
Yeah, she punched him at a party because like he did something to upset Lydia. And they're like best friends and best friends from home. And we, to be fair, we aren't done, but it was just so crazy that we had to catch up before we finished. But maybe they'll fill in. But I need to know how we got from Diana to Lydia.
I was thinking that
'Cause
also.
How did all
How
of this
does
start
that-
happening?
Which I know that like we knew that he would leave Diana because at the end of the summer,
Yeah.
the dad says, "I don't want you with my daughter," and he says,
Uh-huh.
"I understand." And like to him, he never. I mean, it's obvious that he didn't want to be with her long term
No, he
anyway. He was only
wanted
with
the
her for that position.
applications, yeah.
I also thought Lydia hating Lucy was interesting, which we know is definitely hinted at something with the brother.
I think so.
And based on
It was
the
crazy.
brother
The
brother
re-
with Pippa, that makes me wonder if there's something there as far as the hatred goes
Yeah.
between the two of them.
Because the reaction we saw first in the future and when she was in the bathroom, like
Yeah.
she said something like, "I can never forgive you,"
Yeah.
and
I'll
we
never
have
forgive
nothing.
you
What
for
we
any of
have
it.
no idea what happened except that from our side, Lydia's done something
I was
wrong.
gonna say, from what we know, Lydia's in the wrong because that's your best friend and her ex-man. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy.
So very invested to see. It does seem like it's something to do with Lydia's brother,
Yeah.
based on what we have seen with Pippa and how Lucy feels about the Pippa situation. Rightfully so.
Yeah.
But yeah, that
I-
was
yeah.
how dare you be mad?
Agree. That's how I felt, but
Yeah.
who knows? And I definitely see Lucy as being the one to do something wrong because
Yes.
she's honestly kind of a horrible character.
Yes. Honestly, the characters
She's
are
kind
pretty
of the worst
awful.
character.
Yes.
Actually,
The characters are terrible.
they're actually
So, like,
all bad. now
they're
that I'm
all
thinking
bad.
about it,
because the only one that we liked was Brie.
and I don't anymore.
And Brie's kind of gone off the
I
beaten
was gonna
path
say,
right now.
because which I don't. Obviously, this is a character, but I do think. I think that the teacher student thing is just a reach. I think that they're just trying to give another plot line, another storyline, and I think that they're trying to give her something more interesting because she doesn't have anything other than
And
her
because she's the
relationship with
only one
Evan.
that was good.
Yeah.
So, like, in the rest of the show, everyone is lying and manipulating and doing awful things all the time. Brie was the only one that was fine. So now she's got, yeah, they fluffed her character, I think.
And I think but I just think that that theme is overdone. And I think it's icky. I don't like
yes.
it.
And the whole married to the other teacher,
Yeah.
it's
gross.
just too much. for sure.
My last note on Tell Me Lies was Pippa and Diane, which it's another one of those things which we know that Pippa is like we know that
Exploring
they
that,
know
yeah.
that based off of season 1, but I felt like it was another reach. I felt like it was another way for them to keep Diana in the show and make it another like, ooh, this big scandalous thing is
Yeah.
happening. But like they could have explored Pippa's romantic relationships outside of the
That
friend
friend
group.
group.
Like
I
they're
did think
passing each other around.
They are literally just passing each other around. And Pippa makes sense. Like, she had, they built that plot up that
Yeah.
she would be interested in women. But there's nothing that Diana has done that's pointed to that.
No, that's
Not
what
that
I
I
was
can
thinking.
remember at
I
least.
don't connect it, but I guess they could connect over their hatred for Steven. And
And
then
I
they
mean,
could
there were
connect over
definitely-
the bonding moment with the Chris situation and
Yeah.
Diana being there for her.
And there were definitely things, which she's being so weird about it, so I can't wait to see how they work through that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, at that party, when the Chris situation happened, we definitely see that Diana's getting jealous.
Mhm.
But, again, that's out of nowhere. So, like, the time that they spent building to get to that was very minimal. Whereas I feel like there should have been more explanation that, like, she might not only like men. I don't know. It was just a reach for her, Pippa to come around the corner and then show Diana.
Yeah.
My next update is just a quick little recap of our weekend. This will be our last update, so bear with us. We're really excited for our Christmas wish list. This past weekend, I did a little cabin getaway, I guess, with Justin's friend group. And what it made me realize is that I have not been giving cabins the recognition, or like woodsy getaways, the recognition they deserve. because I love the beach and I love a city. And so in my head, when I've always thought about a trip, that's kind of what I've been thinking about. But it is very nice that we have the Smokies so close.
Mhm.
And it was very relaxing. And the activities that we did do were very fun. So I have come to the realization that I should make time for, even if they are just weekend getaways that are up in the mountains. It's so nice. The weather's good, especially in fall, and you have the leaves. And if you get somewhere that has like a nice balcony and a view, and all the stuff downtown was honestly really fun. I don't know how often I could do it or if it would get boring, but I did enjoy it. We did the mountain coaster and we did Sky Park and we did the wine tour. It was all very fun. And I definitely feel like I'm going to start building that into, if I'm planning vacations I want to do each year, a long weekend is definitely worth it because I took one day off of work and got like a nice reset weekend.
Yeah. I think that me and you and the boys should go
Yes.
back.
That'd be
And I
so
think that we
fun.
should go to Dollywood.
It would be so
I
fun.
love Dollywood.
I've never done Dollywood and I want to do Dollywood with you guys because you guys love
exceeds
Dollywood.
my expectations because I didn't have high expectations. And then my dad was like, we got to go. And we went. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. And then I think I went like a couple more times that year. I don't know. I love Dollywood.
I would love to do that. And yeah, it was just so nice. So just a good relaxing while there also is things to do to balance it out. So I really liked it. I don't know. I think I didn't give them the
See,
recognition.
I've always liked a little weekend in the mountains and the cabins and stuff. Like we used to go, I think for several years in a row, we went to like a mountain house for a few days. And then we stopped, I guess, for some reason. And then in March of this year, my grandma wanted to do the same thing. So we had a little weekend in Gatlinburg or wherever. And it was the same thing. Like we did like the mountain coasters and we did all the little activities. We did like a tasting.
Yes, yeah.
And I'm like, it's just such a nice little relaxing getaway. Like it's just fun.
It is good. I think that I didn't give it the recognition it deserved because I always went when I was younger. And it wasn't necessarily, I don't want to say bad, just not memorable, I guess. There were a
Yeah.
few times that I went where I was too young or like I wasn't included in going on the rides. So then not super fun. We never really did the super touristy stuff. So that wasn't really a thing. I feel like that does fuel part of it. Obviously, the mountain and the relaxation, that makes sense that I would like that more as an adult than a child. But when we never did the touristy stuff, I didn't know about obviously the wine tours as a child. But we didn't do the mountain coasters or anything like that because the only other time that I went, I think, was with like my grandparents. So we just kind of chilled. And that was really fun. I enjoy just good family time with my grandparents, but it was just a much different experience. And like being able, if we went and like being able to go with friends and highlight the things that we would want to do. I think every other time I've went, I was young. I was doing what other people wanted to do. But now that we can kind of build it, it's super fun.
And there
I
are
wanna
so
do
many
it.
different types of activities you can do
Yes.
because we always went whenever whenever I was growing up, we always went to, we would go for zip lining, whitewater rafting, and hiking. And those were like the activities that we like to do. And I still do love all of those things, but I feel like if we went, we could do like an outdoor activity and then also like a downtown activity day.
Yeah.
Like we could,
We
and
would
then a
balance it
cozy
out.
day. Like we
Yes.
would balance it out
And
for sure.
it is nice being able to go with people that have the same like
Yes, for
expectations and
sure.
vibes for a trip. Like we would hit
Yeah.
all the same things and they would be just right. Like
I
we would
agree. I
we
can
would
build the
want to
itinerary
yeah,
right
we
now.
would have our chill day and we would just like hang out and appreciate the mountains, watch movies, and we would crochet
Yeah.
and it would be perfect. And then we'd have downtown, go out to eat. Yeah, it would be just right.
I agree. We went for a little when we were in Gatlinburg in March of this year, we went to like a Brazilian steakhouse and that was interesting and fun because I had never done that before.
I had never done that. It is a very particular experience.
Yes, for sure. It's very interesting, kind of anxiety inducing,
It
but
is
yummy.
Yeah. I really the first time I think I've been twice. I'd never been and I never knew what they were. But the first time I went, I think I was overwhelmed. And I also think I probably just had a little too much at the beginning. But the next time I went, I was like the people I was with, they were kind of turning theirs over. They were kind of done. And I was like, nah, bring some more. But I get picky is my only thing.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm kind of picky
I
too.
have the
'Cause
things I
once you
want.
find the things that are your favorites, then you're like, I'm just gonna wait.
But I do really like them, honestly. After the first time, I was like, I don't think that's my cup of tea. But I do think it might be
Yeah.
exactly my cup of tea. I
It's
just don't get tricked
fun.
with the bar. I don't get tricked with the
Like
the sides and
Mhm.
stuff. There are a couple things I'll grab, but
But there's not that many good sides
No.
from my experience. I feel
Yeah.
like the meat was more the
But I
entrees,
do
guess.
like it.
But it's just fun and different. I like it.
Yeah.
And then another thing is when we went on a cabin trip, like not this year, but last April with friends, and it definitely like wasn't like my like main, I guess I don't have like a main group of friends, but it was more of like Adam's group of friends, I guess.
Mhm.
And obviously I'm friends with all of those people that were there, but like it's a different dynamic whenever people have different expectations for how
Yeah.
they would do a trip, because I think everyone was more on the like stay home and play games vibe, and I was more of the like me and Adam were like, so what are we gonna do?
Yeah,
Where are we
yes.
gonna go? And I just like to, because I like a balance.
Yeah, I do
let's
like
do
a
both.
balance. I want to do both.
My first one is I want Glossier came out with 2 new perfumes. I want both of them. Here's my
Okay.
problem. I went to Sephora the other day because I was like, I'm gonna re-smell the Glossier perfumes to make sure that this is the one I want, because
Yeah.
there's 2 new ones. And I smelled the one that I originally thought I wanted, which was the Rev,
Mhm.
and I was like, very sweet, very yummy. I love it. And then I had Adam spray on the other one, the Dew. I smelled him and I said, oh my gosh, I like that one too. So now I'm thinking I might have to be like, hey, mom and dad, give me this one. And then, hey, Adam. So yeah, I want both of them, but that's my number one is, or not number one, but that's like the first thing
Oh,
on my
yeah.
list,
Yes, for sure.
is a new perfume, specifically one of those 2.
Yeah. I don't remember which one I liked, but I guess that means I didn't have probably strong feelings about
Mm-hmm.
them. I don't know. I think I might have actually had I think I might have had allergies when we went. 'Cause I don't remember them at all. I need to go smell them again.
Maybe, yeah.
'Cause I don't remember smelling them.
We need to have a Green Hills Day so that we can shop for the boys without them being there,
That would be so fun.
because there are things that I need to buy.
That would be really fun. We should do that.
We should.
Okay. My first thing that I want, I kind of split into 2 points because I technically want both, but I have to decide on one.
Mhm.
I want new Uggs because I have the Ugg Tasmans and I've had them for a couple years, and honestly they are in really good shape, but I need new Uggs. I just want them. I want them for the style and the vibes and for winter and all the things. I just want new Uggs. But I think that what I want is the Ultra Minis, the platform Ultra Minis, but specifically the kids ones, because
Mhm.
their platform's better. And I did try them on and double check that I can wear the biggest kid size. Lucky me.
Look at you.
Because I really just want their platform. That
Yeah.
platform's so much better than the women's platform. It's a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
But I want that in sand.
Twins.
And that's definitely my big one, is that I would prefer to have the Ultra Minis because they are more different than things I already own. It's a boot, and I know I would wear them a lot, and especially winter, all of that. But I am also very interested in the Gold Star clog, and they do make a kids one, which super has my interest because
Mhm.
it's a lot cheaper and I could still try them. Only thing is that it's like if an Ugg and a Birkenstock had a baby and I have 2 Birkenstock, actually I have 2 Bostons. I have plenty of both of those shoes.
Why
So,
choose?
Yeah.
Why choose?
They're so fun though.
Be hopeful. Santa can make anything come true.
They do like sports mode.
And they're very different. The 2 pairs, it's not like they're 2
No,
similar ones
yeah.
you're choosing between. Like, they're both very different,
Yeah.
and you would wear them for different things.
Yeah. I wish that
The Gold Star clog situation has been very popular. Like, I've seen a lot of people talking about it.
when I first saw it, people I feel like had a lot of mixed feelings
Yeah.
about it. But something about him I just really did like.
Mhm.
But I think that I would prefer, like, I will get more use out of the boot because I already have other options. Like, if I wanted to reach for the Gold Star, I can reach for something else
That's
that could
true.
fulfill that because I do have the like corduroy Birkenstock. So I don't know. I do really like them, but my like I guess bigger thing would probably be a new pair of Uggs.
I want Sunny Angel.
Okay.
Just a couple. Just a few.
Okay.
If it's doable. Obviously, I know you'd have to be, like, looking at the website every day. So, like, if you're not paying
Yeah.
attention to it, then probably not. But they're cheap. They'd be fun stocking stuffers.
They would be good.
Like, they'd be
stocking
such
stuffers.
good stocking stuffers. So I want Sunny Angels because then I don't have to buy them, and I get the excitement of unwrapping a Christmas present, but also unwrapping a Sunny Angel.
Yes, so true.
So
I really want yarn. Not an
I was gonna
exciting
say
one,
yarn
but I really
too.
want yarn. I will use it, and yarn's just amazing. And I'm really back on my crochet game right
Mhm.
now. I am currently making 2 different sweaters, a scarf, will be making a beanie, and making a bookmark. So I have quite a few projects going on, and I'm full-fledged, need crochet, need yarn, just need to make things.
Yeah, me
So
too.
I want yarn because sometimes it's just nice.
I also want yarn because, and it's so hard because I don't have a favorite craft store. Like, I like Hobby Lobby and Michael's.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's hard to be like, I need one or the other because I like both for different things. Like
Yeah.
hooks and yarns. It's like they never have exactly what I need. But I also want more yarn because I am full-fledged back in my work in progress of all my crochet things that I have
Mhm.
going and all my crochet aspirations moving forward. And also into knitting.
Yes.
So I have, like, my brain is an endless cycle of all the
things to make.
yarn projects I could
Yeah.
create in the near future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am very excited to make things, and I honestly have been doing a very good job, I feel like, of clearing out some of my stockpile.
You are, yeah.
And
not.
I have done like I've made a beanie with yarn I already had. The other beanie I want to make is with yarn I already had. The scarf is with yarn I already had. So I feel like I deserve more yarn under the Christmas tree.
I agree. Yeah. I want nice yarn. You know what I want to do is I want to go to, there's a yarn store in Nashville and I want to go there. Like, not a Hobby Lobby Michaels situation,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a yarn store.
That would be nice.
Yeah, it's called Yarn House or House of Yarn.
I might run out of money there. I
Same.
might buy everything.
I know, we might have to go.
Yeah.
We'll bring our wallets with us, Justin and Adam.
Yes. Or life-size wallets.
Yes. Big wallets. I have a few Skims wish list items.
Okay.
And that is, which I guess I will say with them, but I'm not providing the photos. So if you want to know, look it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, it's fine.
But I want the Skims oversized mock neck pullover in light heather gray because heather gray.
I haven't seen that, but I have something quite similar on my list.
Well, I've seen a lot of people talking about the park
yeah.
one, and there's also that. Do you remember that Free People movement set that was like a mock neck cowl neck sweatshirt with biker shorts?
Yeah.
I want that, but out of stock forever, basically. And I don't have hopes and dreams for the park sweatshirt or also the care for the money.
I was gonna
on
say
it.
I
The
want
Skims
the
one
park.
is like 70, I think.
I need to look at that.
Yeah,
I
let
want
me
the
show
park one. It's so cute. And honestly, I'm late. I'm happy to say that. I was not here to begin with.
It's very cute,
but
but I'm like,
I
don't
do.
need
I
it.
think it's very cute and it's different, and I really like it. I put it on my list just because I would happily have it. I want a mock neck sweatshirt. That's on my list. I'm changing mine from Park to Skims.
$80.
How many colors are there?
There are 3 colors. So there's gray, there's black, and there's dusk, which is this pinky color. Okay.
I like it. I like the mock neck.
And then staying on the topic of Skims, there is one other honorable mention, and that is, I'll show you, but they don't get to. These pants, I saw several people wearing these like winter of last year, and I was like, need, but not spending $70 on them. And Hallie on TikTok,
Yeah.
she was wearing them one day, and I was like, need.
Okay, let me see. 'Cause now I feel like I've probably seen
they
them,
look
but I don't know
really
what they are.
bad in the photos on Skims, to be honest with you. They look like this, but these look really a lot better.
I know what you're talking about.
Do you know?
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
wore them, and I was like, there's a lot of people that I've seen wear them that I was like, I need these, but she
What are
really
they
sold
called?
me. The straight leg pant.
Okay.
Skims straight leg pant. That's all.
Yeah. Okay.
And they were part of their like cotton jersey line, and I
Yeah.
just know that that's the softest thing ever.
Mm-hmm. I want our Skims hoodie in another color,
Same.
but I am correct in believing they don't make that anymore.
They don't.
Yeah. Okay. Our Skims, we have a pink Skims hoodie. I copied her, and it's perfect. I mean, if I could make it and another hoodie have a baby, that would probably be perfect. But I do really like the fit of it. I would only change the inside material. But I love that hoodie so much. And I wish we had it in a different color because the way it sits, like the wings of the arms and the snatch of the waist, like,
It's
and
perfect.
the size, it's just perfect.
And the hood.
Yes,
like,
the hood.
It's
And the
just good
outside
quality.
material is, yeah, it's just good quality. And I want it in other colors. And I've wanted that since I fell in love with that one. But they don't make that fit of a hoodie anymore.
The fit of that hoodie is comparable to the Akimbo Club hoodies, and I am simply not paying Akimbo Club prices when I know that the Skims hoodie was literally like $80 or whatever. So
yeah,
it
it was
mine
worth
wasn't.
it.
I bought it resale, but
At the time, I was like, man, this is really expensive for a hoodie, but it was so worth it. Like,
yeah.
if I could buy it again at that price, I would
I
buy
was gonna
two
say,
more.
once you buy like sweat stuff that's like good quality, I mean, it's not bad because that's the same as getting one from like Aritzia or Abercrombie.
Yeah,
like it's
for
the
sure.
same.
Yeah.
And like And I will say, Aritzia ones, like, their sweat stuff is expensive, but it's so worth it. Like,
I do like the zip up that you have from there.
Mhm.
It always looks really good. Staying on the topic of sweat sets or sweaters or sweatshirts, I want the Camden sweatshirt, but specifically there is a red one and it has 14 on it.
oh,
And I want it. I was looking at the website, gosh, a couple weeks ago when I started compiling I was taking screenshots of things that I wanted. And I was like, I definitely want a Camden sweatshirt because the fit of it just looks like it just fits just right. And so I was looking through all the colors and there's like the red that I really liked. It's like a red orange. I say orange lightly, but like just like good
Mhm.
red, like a
Yeah.
very strong red. It's that. But it has a 14 in white and it's so cute. My only thing is, and I will mention this, is that I saw it in store when I went to Green Hills last time. The fabric felt noticeably different from that one than a regular Camden.
In what way?
Thinner.
I feel like they're all pretty thin because mine's pretty thin.
Well, I held both.
Oh.
Like there was that one and then there was a
That's
white one.
interesting because I feel like the white one is thicker.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say because I really liked the white one. I don't know if it's last winter or the winter. Obviously, I still like it, but
Yeah.
when I saw it in person, I tried it on and I was like, "This is really, really nice." And I remember thinking like my yellow one is a lot thinner than the white one.
Okay. Then
So I
maybe
think
I feel
that-
better. Maybe it's
yeah.
just that one because
Yeah.
that was the only other one that they had in store, or maybe it was like right beside it. And I felt one and I was like, oh my gosh, there's another one. And I felt it and I was like, this feels completely different.
Mhm.
But I want either the 14 Camden sweatshirt, the white one, or just a plain red one.
Yeah,
I definitely want a Camden sweatshirt.
I would love to have the white one. I can't justify it right now. I feel like I have so much cream and white things, but like I do love the white one.
I would love the white one. I don't have another white like sweatshirt, so I feel like I'm allowed. But the only other color I liked, I really want a red. I don't have a red and I love red. I mean, I have red other things, but not technically a sweatshirt material. I really like the pink, but I'm not going to get another pink sweatshirt.
I have
It's a
so
different
many
pink, but I love it.
because I have my Gap pink, my Skims pink.
I had to like control
I
myself
have a
for the
crew
Gap
neck that's
pink because the Gap one's so good.
It is very good.
Yeah.
It is really wonderful. Oh, I saw that they make that hoodie though in like a faded navy though too.
They make it in a faded black, and that's on my list. There's like
Ooh.
it's like
If
a
you get
washed
that,
black.
wash it a million times because the dye on those is insane.
Yeah,
I'm just warning.
it's very cute. I don't
Like-
have a good black
like
hoodie.
my
So
Skims pink.
well, I guess I do. I have
I've
these
never had an
ones.
issue with staining at all, but like my Gap pink has stained several items.
Okay, I do really like it. I think it's really cute.
And like I wash it alone because I'm scared it'll stain things in the washer because it's made my washing machine pink.
okay,
Yeah.
noted.
And that's why I think I'm scared to wear it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I wore it a lot and now I'm like,
I'd have to watch it.
well, no, I just meant like
Yeah, I know.
I've been burned by things being like I have a Free People purple shirt and every time I wear a white sports bra under it, stained. Horrible. Awful.
Yeah,
I'm like, I've washed this before more than once.
I did that with. I don't remember what it was. Oh, it was my Free People, my denim jacket. I wore a white long sleeve under it, and then when I went to go take it off, the sleeve of my white was all black. Well, both
was it
sleeves.
stained or was it just like the fuzz?
It came off after a couple washes.
Huh.
Yeah,
Interesting.
but I love it. It's fine. Black jean jacket from Free People could never do anything wrong, really.
I have a lot more actually. I have a few in the beauty department
Okay,
and I'm going to list them very quickly because they're
perfect.
not a big thing. One is the day styling cream in just a little wand
Yes,
because I feel like
100%.
that'd be very helpful on the go,
Yeah.
whatever. Next is the Merit Beauty mascara because one, it's a tubing mascara and I really
want to
like
try one.
I really like tubing mascara, but the only one that I've had is that I don't remember Thrive
Okay.
Cosmetics. It's like a turquoise tube. Anyway, I liked that when I had it, but I've heard great things about the Merit Beauty thing, and I love all of Merit Beauty's other items. So I was like, I just feel like I would like that. And then there's like two little like mini gift sets at Sephora, and one is the Charlotte Tilbury mini lip gloss with the Pillow Talk lip liner, and I'm like just like having a good set of the lip liner and gloss that go together would be
Mhm.
perfect. And then the Refi mini brow sculpt and glow primer set. So it's like it's a mini of their primer
Okay.
and their brow stuff. And I've heard great things about their primer, so I want to try it, but I didn't want to commit to the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then obviously it comes with like a mini brow glue, and I love my brow glue, so I was like, might be good to just
Yeah.
try another one. Let me see if there's any more. I think that's all in the like beauty department. for
Okay.
me.
You mentioning the lip. I really want a good lip combo. I think I have reached the point where I want lips.
Yeah.
And that's not new. People have been doing
Mhm.
that, or like, people our age that I would be seeing on social media, on TikTok specifically, have been doing lips. But every time I see it, I'm like, I just don't feel like they look good. But I'm
Yeah.
like, I just can't picture that on me, or me being that being a priority for me. But I definitely have found myself, I guess, with the fall of it, because there were a lot of people doing really good fall ones. And I'm like,
I agree.
you look so good.
It looks so put together.
Yes, it looks so put together. And I really want a good lip combo. I don't know what that is, but I would like one.
Yeah.
So Santa could just read my mind and get
I
me
know.
a
That's
good
why
lip
it's hard
combo.
because I'm like,
And it's so hard with like skin tone and like
Mhm.
all the things. There's so many different colors, and you can't try them all. So it just seems very difficult to
I
get the right
agree.
one.
I know.
Yeah.
You know how we have the North Face puffer slippers? Don't you have some?
No, but I did want them. They were on my list
I
for a
thought you
couple
had them.
years. No.
I have mine, and I never fail to reach for them whenever it is raining and cold or snowing, or I wear them so much in the winter time. Like, love them. And like, I like mine because I got them for like $30 at TJ Maxx. But I wanted the like baby pink ones,
Mm-hmm.
and I still do.
Yeah.
And it's been obviously a year. And then I was like, last year I wanted them. I think the year before that too. Yeah, the year
Yeah.
before last I wanted them in the baby pink, but I was like, I had just gotten the cheetah one, so I was like, I will keep the cheetah ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then last year I still wanted them, and I was like, you know what? Like, let me make sure I get my use out of them, like enough to where I should get a second pair of them.
Yeah.
But I truly do wear them. Like, obviously it's been summer, so I haven't. But like, I
Yes,
truly
for the
do.
seasonal.
When it's cold, I wear them all the time. I reach for them all the time because they're so warm, they're so water resistant, they're so helpful. And I think pink, pink ones would be so good because they're a pale pink, so it'd be more of a neutral. And like my
Yes.
current ones are kind of neutral, but like it's a pattern, whereas the pink ones would just be a plain color.
For sure.
And I just think that I would wear them
I think you would.
so
They'd be
much,
very cute.
and I want them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Valid. And they're honestly less expensive than
Yeah, they're
you'd
not bad.
think. Yeah. I'll show you a picture. They're silver
Gola?
Gola. Yeah. Their torpedo sneakers is the name of the
Are they
specific
the
shoe.
silver ones?
Yeah.
I've seen those. I almost bought those before I bought my Onitsukas.
I like that they have white on the bottom, because there's a lot of cute silver shoes, but they usually have a gummy sole. And I really like that these have a white on the bottom, because I have those Sambas that are like, they'll match anything, but like specifically dark. These would match anything white because they're just so cute.
Yeah.
And I
mine
love the white
have-
on the bottom. They're
Mine
adorable.
have like a cream on the bottom too, and I was in between those and the ones that I got because I was like, I don't know, maybe I should just get those.
I think
but-
they'd be so cute for the holidays, so I guess I'd want them now. But
But you would wear.
I would
telling
wear them a
you,
lot,
Yeah,
yeah.
you would wear them a lot.
like, I'm picturing them with my barrel
January,
jeans.
yeah.
So cute. And
Mhm.
like, yes, silver's so winter, but also silver's so everything. They'd
Yeah.
just be perfect all the time.
They
like,
are my silver shoes are my neutral shoes.
yeah, I know that I would wear them so much. And I've been thinking about silver shoes for like a good few months
Yeah.
now and processing them. I know I
So if
definitely
you
want
still
them.
like them, and it's been months, then yeah.
Yeah, I really want
That's
them.
how I was too. I was scared it was gonna be one of those things that I was like, this is just like a
Yeah.
micro trend situation, and that I wouldn't like.
But they're good. They really are neutral.
Yeah, no, I was
Yeah.
gonna say I am so glad I got them because I wear them all the time.
Yeah, I think they're so cute. And honestly, as far as a pair of shoes go, like, they're $125. Like,
Yeah, that's not bad.
it's shoe price.
Yeah.
It's nothing crazy. So yeah, really,
Mhm.
really want those.
This one's a bit of a reach because not a bit of a reach, but it is pricier. It's one of the pricier things on my
Okay.
that's my eye is on. And so I like to peruse the Coach outlet every now and then.
Okay.
And there is I saw it on the website the other day when I was perusing, and then I was like, okay, well, I also remembered it because I saw a TikTok video of a girl being like, come with me to do blah blah blah, and she like threw a purse in the passenger seat, and I was like, that's so cute. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is the same purse. This is so hard to see when the background is white. It's this one.
Ooh, that is really cute.
I like that it's a shoulder bag, but it also has the crossbody, but it also has the ruching.
Yeah.
I wish that there was a better photo of it, but anyway, you can kind of see it better in the brown, honestly.
That's
But
really cute.
the brown is very cute, but I already
Yes,
have
yeah,
my
yeah,
tan
I
one.
like the white
But
cream.
the white is so pretty, and
Yeah.
obviously it has gold hardware, which love.
I was gonna say the gold's better.
But anyway, it's the Faye shoulder bag with ruching, and it is on the Coach outlet, and it is 53% off. And I said, "OMG."
Amazing.
But I want that, and it's one of my like more expensive things on my list. But love, I truly do love it. So
I thought about if there were any purses on mine this year, but I really love my bag.
yeah,
It's messy because it's so big that things get lost in there and I can forget about them. But as far as things go, like it's so stylish. I
yeah.
love my brown bag, so I'm really glad that I got it.
I'm trying to build, I guess, a small collection of like nicer bags because I realized at one point last year I was like every time I'd go to like an interview or something something professional, like wedding, whatever, I'd be like, I have no good purses, like no
Yeah,
good options.
for that.
So now I have
That's true.
a few
Yeah.
that
I guess I don't
I
have
have a
any.
couple and I'm trying to grow just a little bit. And I feel like Coach, especially the outlet, is more affordable as far as like having a nicer quality bag is.
Yes. This is not going to be surprising to anyone at all. I would like another pair of barrel jeans. I have a good medium. I have these that are my favorite ones. And then not Free People, but I got those baby blue light wash ones. I know you don't like darker denim or black denim. I want like a washed black or dark gray. I say dark gray very loosely because they have a few different
lighter
washes.
gray. There's a gray that I tried on and I really liked those. I just didn't know if I'd style it well.
I get a lot of use out of like a washed black denim, and I have for years. Like my favorite pair of jeans last year before I was on low rise barrel jean vibe was black jeans, and my denim jacket that once it is cooler, like I wore all the time last year. So I know I would get use out of them, and I love these so much because they are so neutral. And I think having a washed black, dark gray, whatever, would be I'd get my use out of it. Guarantee it. And they're just perfect. And you can never have too many, frankly. If I could own every pair of Free People barrel jeans, I would. So
Yeah.
it's on the list. It had to honorable mention.
Because we're in our one hashtag running era and two, because I want to do 75 hard in January, I wanted another pair of reliable and like good quality leggings. So I was thinking I need a pair of just the basic black Align
Yeah.
Lululemon leggings.
Yeah.
I need some good ones because I love my mini flares so much. And I was tempted to be like, I want another pair of those, but I realistically need like a good pair of straight leg. Like the
yeah.
only ones that I have that are straight leg are those airy ones, and they are beat to torn to shreds. They're horrible.
Yeah, I also put running clothes on mine. I think that I would want I would want your jacket, but in like maybe a dark gray or a black.
The Define.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think
It's
because I really
warm
like
and good. It's
I
great.
like the little neck and it's like a good length and all of that. And I just am definitely realizing I need another layer, and that seems like the perfect layer.
It is a good layer.
So the perfect layer.
Perfect layer.
But I really want it. I didn't specify any other running clothes, just in general. Like
just that.
just running. Yeah, I don't know. I
That's
could
kinda
probably do
something-
another good sports bra. Probably another
I was gonna
good
say I
pair
put
of
a
leggings.
new I put sports bra on there too, and I was thinking about maybe a new pair of running shoes, but I wanted to commit to running before I splurged.
Mm-hmm.
Some good workout clothes.
Yeah.
This is silly, but I want new socks because I haven't bought new socks in a while. Like all my socks are great, but like I need new ones.
That's fair.
And I'm in between a few different types. I saw a girl post about like these vintage looking ones from Amazon, and they're just like the perfect cream color. But I know and trust and love Aritzia socks, and there's these slouchy ankle socks from Aritzia that look like this.
Cute.
They look very comfy,
Yeah, they do look very comfy.
and I was thinking they might just be perfect.
Yeah.
If not, I do like their like regular crew socks and ankle socks. So
Yeah.
ooh,
I could
nice.
honestly use some new socks. Those are really cute.
Yeah.
I love my basic Hanes ones. But the first time I bought them, they're different than the last ones I bought, which I bought those a while ago. But the new ones are more cushioned, and I want more of those because I always pick through the old ones. Not even like for holes or anything. It's just like I want the other style.
Yeah.
They're still the same. They should be the exact same, except they're just a little thicker. But I don't know. I could always use more of my $10 socks. My last thing that I specifically thought to mention was the digital camera that Adam has.
Mm-hmm.
And it is called, I wrote it down. It's from Urban Outfitters, and it's called the Camp Snap digital camera. And it's just really cute. I like it because it does the whole film camera thing while being a digital camera. And I love having a film camera, but I don't like to run through my film all the time.
Yeah.
And so I still use the like Fuji app on my phone. And I think that that might be the perfect compromise, is to have that. I do have a lot of cameras. I definitely don't need it, but I would use it. I feel confident
Yeah,
that I
I
would
think
use
you
it,
would.
and I think I would
Adam
use it for
loves
a
his.
long time. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Urban has a pink one. So very cute, very girly. Well, we hope that our holiday wish list got you thinking maybe about a few things you hadn't considered. I know hers got me thinking. I did not do very much
Thinking?
planning. Yeah, I did not do very much thinking or planning or anything because I don't know. I'm very content,
Yeah,
I guess.
I
There
am
are
too.
definitely things
I
I
think-
want, but like the big things that I feel like when Christmas comes around each year, there are big things. And I feel like as far as like most things go, I mean, I've been able to get things that I've wanted throughout the year. And so there's not really a huge thing. I guess the big thing would be like shoes, but I don't know. I hope
Yeah.
that you guys got some inspiration from the few things that we did list. And we're very excited for the holidays. And we love Christmas shopping, like for other people and planning everyone's Christmas gifts. So we're very excited to do that for others.
Very.
Yeah, it should be very fun. I love wrapping, and I don't know, especially when you can make stuff, it makes holidays all that
Yeah.
more special. Like I'm making multiple gifts for people right now. It's just so fulfilling. I love
know.
making these for people.
I wish I had gotten back into crochet and knitting like as obsessively as I am again now, but like I wish I had gotten back into it earlier in the year, maybe like August,
Yeah,
because I could have started like Christmas presents early.
for
Because
sure.
I did crochet a lot of Christmas presents last year, and I did not do that, and am not doing that this year because I will not have the time. But
Mhm.
I have so many ideas of things that would have been good,
Yes.
and it's too late now.
Yeah. My problem is that I keep thinking of things, and yet I'm thinking of them for the same person. Like
Yeah,
everything I've thought of, I'm like, oh my gosh, my mom would love that. I'm like, she doesn't need 6 things. Like I can get her 6 things, but the making, I've got to spread the love for that
Yeah.
one. Like I cannot like
because like handmade things are so much more time consuming and
Mhm.
sentimental, and
Yes.
like everything. Like, yeah, I get it.
But we hope you enjoyed. We're glad we got to hang out this week and hope you liked all our updates. We had a lot. We were very excited to share
Yeah.
with you.
Lots of things to say.
Yeah. Well, that's it.
Thanks for watching.
Like,
We-
comment,
yeah,
subscribe, anything, follow.
Review.
Yeah,
repost, share.
all of it. Tune in every week, honestly. That's the
Yes.
big one. Just
That's
tune
the
in
big
every
one.
week.
Tune in and tell your friends.
Love ya. Bye.